Hey, oh my goodness, a big giant wet dog, just what I needed. All right, hey look, your people are out there. You haven't learned what they are yet, but you don't care, do you? You just want me. Well, I care. Hi everybody, it's Robert Earl out here at the Eco Ranch Sustainable Living Educational Center, along with 5-month-old Eco, the Eco Watchdog, and somewhere wandering around here is Sarah. I used to call her Sarah, the world's ugliest chihuahua. I think she's Sarah, the world's prettiest chiweenie. But it's not about chiweenies or a 5-month-old hideous puppy. Well, folks, I'm as done as I can be right now on the bathhouse here at the campground. And it's another 101, 102 degree day, so I'm sweating. But I want to show it to you, but I'm going to make a comment as well. You know, like so many Americans and so many businesses all around the world, we're kind of pinning our hopes on the fact that we don't have a second surge of COVID-19 along with a very bad flu season this year, because that will affect the tourism to this area. And Debbie and I, like so many, are pinning our future plans on the income that we're able to get from the campground during the tourist season when we're not shut down or locked down. So a lot of what I have planned to do here and on the main house is dependent on getting the income from the campers. So let's, I know we all are hoping that things improve and get a bit better, and we'll have to wait and see. I remember my parents talking about the 1918 pandemic. It took quite a while. It was almost 2 years before the world got back to normal. And if you go back and check the 1300s, the bubonic plague, that was a tough one that lasted several years. So we may be at the beginning, but let's hope that we get at least enough income to continue forward, and that you get enough income to keep your heads above water, keep a roof over your heads and food in your mouth. I hope we're all going to keep our heads above water. Let me show you the completed kitchen. I'm kind of proud of it. I think it turned out real well, and I hope you like it too. I just saw a story on, I believe it was AccuWeather, not the weather, the station that puts on weather along with cheap Canadian I don't know, reality series, but the one that actually gives us weather all the time. They were talking about the lack of a monsoon in the southwest. Now we're southwest, but we don't really qualify as the southwest. When they say that, they're talking about, you know, western New Mexico, Arizona, California, and even up into Colorado and Utah. But we haven't had the monsoon either. We've gone, I think I've said this before, we've gone from November. I don't remember whether it was early November or when, but we've gone from November to now without any significant rain. We've had less than a quarter inch of rain here on our place, and it shows. We've had a lot of problems with water, keeping water. I'm down to about 6,000 gallons of water in our main system. I was just able to pull out of the creek 800 gallons for the aquaponics system, or we would have had to have drawn that water out of our usable drinking water. So along with the other hope that I just mentioned, let's hope that Debbie and I get some rain out here. A big old gully washer wouldn't hurt. All right, guys, here is the kitchen completed. Now I think it's in shade, so let's get over here. So we'll just start from if I can get my feet up here. We'll just start from this end here. So this is a slab of that Luder's limestone, and it's sitting there so that devices can be put on it, laptops, phones, whatever. And you've got the 110 volt quadplex there, and then you've got three sets of two plugs. One is a 12 volt plug, one is a double USB port, and then you've got the middle one here that's all by itself that tells us what the system voltage is. Now this is a completely separate system than what the main house has. Now going this way, again, I used scraps of Luder's limestone, which I believe I said I polished to a 400 grit. Typically I go to 3,500 for everything I do for Debbie and I. And I had all scraps. That gallon jug is there because there's some water in it for the sink. The sink water is not hooked up, the sewer line is. So here, starting up here, we got 2 shelves that I made out of a square scrap to put the dishes and that on. I've got something for people to put their, wash the dishes or whatever on. Double sink that someone gave me. It's an old double sink, well used. We've got a sprayer on one side and the faucet on the other. You whack that faucet and you get a half a gallon of water. I measured it. Another little slab here, and then we drop down to the stove. It's a 2-burner propane stove. Got the hose comes down here, and I've got a 20-pounder down there. We were originally going to sell the campers 1-pound bottles of propane for $5 or $6 or $7, but I decided to go ahead and up the price of camping for everybody by $5, and then I can afford to give them the propane and the water. Another little shelf there. Couple little shelves. Now the wood there needs to be painted. I don't have the green paint for wood, so there's several little pieces that need to be painted, including down here the legs that are holding the slabs up. I've got the sewer line connected, but not the water line because I ran out of PEX crimp rings. That's the problem with PEX crimp rings. When you run out, you run out. But when you run out of PVC glue, you can always scrape that little extra bit off the sides. Well, I'm out of crimp rings, so I haven't hooked these up yet. That's why I put the water jug there. Got the floor in. Same floor we've got everywhere else. And this is, unless I decide to cover or paint up here, we are going to extend the patio, or the roof line rather, out into a 10-foot patio. So I may not paint that or cover it, or I may go ahead and cover it like we did this bathroom here. Now stepping into the second bathroom, I still have to go and get 2x4s. I have a door, but I have to get the 2x4s I need to actually block this in. And it's not completely covered because I have to. I had to stop there because we're building on. When we build on to build those 2 rental rooms, then I'll be able to add the extra roofing panel. So up here, the shower's hooked up. I'm going to get a chain as opposed to this rope here, but I've got this pull rope. So pretty much what you do, you turn hot water on, cold water on, or whatever mix you want. Pull the chain, hold it, and there comes your shower water. Now it's not blasting out, but that's a rain head, so you're getting quite a bit of water down here. But you do have to hold this, because when you let go, the water cuts off, and that's so that campers don't waste water. Unintentionally, Americans waste water. They won't do it on purpose, but they do it unintentionally. Then you come over here to the toilet, which finally has running water in it, and the sink. Now this is what's kind of cool. You get what was that, about 5 seconds? About 5 seconds worth of water. Then you have to press it again just to try to protect, try to force people to conserve water. Well, that's it for this. Now, I want to go in the greenhouse, which is still a disappointment, and I'll show you the greenhouse right now. How about a quick look at our meat chickens? Ordered 100, got 104, 4 died. And that's just going to happen. You never know why they die. 4 died, so we're left with 100. They're 3 days in, so they're doing okay for now. Pretty soon, we'll give them about a week, and then we'll get open them up to the rest of the room here. But for now, they prefer to be crowded. Did give them a heat lamp right there. So let me show you the greenhouse, and we'll end this. Well, I've got a sliver of battery left, just enough to finish this, I hope. There's my main tank. That's the 800-gallon tank that's got the couple hundred tilapia in it. It's murky brown just like the rest of the water because I just added 800 gallons of creek water. So it'll take a day or two to straighten out. The aquatic plants seem to be doing well, but the tomatoes suffered horribly from a combination of heat and white flies rather. Mainly the white flies. We're spraying for the white flies now, replanting, but and replanting there, I got rid of all the tomatoes there. I do have a beautiful jalapeno pepper there, It's blooming, but there's no peppers on it just yet, so that'll come though. And let's see, the tomatoes here. There's nothing to show in the main garden here because it's too hot. I mean, you know it's hot when split-leaf philodendrons, a tropical plant, are getting sunburned like crazy. That really makes me feel bad. So we're going to blow off this year, but next year, right about where that window is, we're going to put a chicken house fan in to keep the temperature as low as I can. It's the best thing I can do there. There wasn't much to show here except that it is struggling, but winter's coming, and winter will always do really good.